Hello and welcome. My name is TyrionLanstr. Alright folks, well, we just recently got a new update and it is another doozy. Let's go through it all. Okay, so first of all, there's some new content. We've got the Sansa Awakening, which I'll show in a second. We also have a new glorious set, general material. This is very similar to the general material boxes that you can get for the basically the attack gear, and this is just a version of it for glorious gear. I'm sure it's going to be introduced in various different ways. My assumption is that it's still going to be something paid for, but just it's a way to help you get it a little bit more quickly rather than having a bunch of extras of one type and not enough of another. This is a way to kind of control for that, but I'll show it in a minute. Okay. These improvements, I keep loving these. I mean, they're just, every time I'm like, yep, this is really helpful. So basically, they've removed the Mysterious chest from Expedition Beyond. Now they're just getting more rewards. Same thing with the skill raffle. You only do 1 instead of 5 free attempts, but you can get those same free attempts from just the benefits page. And then there's some improvements to a few different displays that I'll show. And yeah, they increased some by like 1% a few of the different collections for the sets. And that's really it. Let me quickly go through some of these display and the Reforge experience stuff, what they're talking about. So basically, the display stuff on City Affairs, what that's talking about is if you go to this screen, you can see that now it tells you what your current rank is in each of these, which I really like. It'll also tell you how much you're going to get in your tavern when you do this. Unfortunately, I already did it for today, but when you do Expedition Beyond, the 2 little chests are now gone because that's the chest that they were talking about. But honestly, all of this, they've made it way more intuitive, way easier to see. I really like that. Just anything like that to make this easier is going to always be a huge improvement and just a quality of life improvement for sure. Let's just go back and see the other improvements that we had. Okay, so the Reforge experience. So I'm just going to basically explain this because unfortunately I don't have those sets. But if you go to the weapons, what they're talking about is some of the paid weapons that are like, for example, Jon Snow. He gives total attack and total health. But when you look at like the breakdown of, let's say I go to one of my cavalry ones. So here, Snow Wolf, great. When I go to look at the random attributes, these are all specific to cavalry. So there's cavalry-based attack, reduced enemy spearmen versus allied cavalry damage. All that stuff. Cavalry attack is available. Cavalry defense, cavalry health. I can't get infantry health or spearman health or all the rest because it is a cavalry weapon. Well, when you get some of the universal ones like Jon Snow, Cersei Lannister, Peter Baelish, I'm trying to think which other ones. I think Seg is like that. Let's see if there are any others. Julian, I think. Yep, Julian's like that. Annie. Any of those where it is a total attack, total health instead of a specific troop. Basically what that means is that you can now choose specifically whether you want to be on the cavalry page, spear page, or infantry page, or bows page in terms of what bonuses you're going to be getting, and it'll then be reforging based on that. It is slightly more expensive. I think it goes from 100 reforged ore to 150 to do it that way, but it just makes a lot of sense. I think it's a nice little improvement for them to add, and it allows you to kind of even further customize what you're trying to do with your new weapons. Okay, those are the main improvements there. There's some other small things that are just, again, improving the game experience and the GUI that, again, are just nice quality of life things that I'm always a big fan of. Just to really quickly explain what they mean about the skill raffle, that's referring to when you go to the dragon, hit the skill raffle, you get a certain number of free attempts. You only get 1 now instead of 5, and you get the extra attempts now when you go to benefits. The Dragon Forge pack, this pack here, now includes those extra skill raffles so that you would have gotten them. Okay, So with that, I'm just going to double check again. Let's quickly, okay, so the sets, I'll show the sets, that's right, okay. Going to our rewards and collection bonuses, as you can see, this is now up a little bit by like, I think it's about 1% more for the Frost set, Sunspear set. The Glorious set took a bit of a bump up to 10% total. And then similarly, the Royal Kingsguard also went up a little bit. I think it was 5% before, now it's up to 6. So just a few little, kind of giving a few more total stats for those different that when you have the collection bonus for them, sorry. Okay, last, I just want to again review that like in general, these are all pretty much just quality of life changes. I don't think they're really changing that drastically how the game is played. The main changes are going to be these new contents. So the Glorious set general material, what that is referring to is if I go back to the Forge and I go to my Glorious jewelry or Glorious gear, let's go with the Glorious set. Let's say I have plenty of the High Garden cloth, I've got enough of the Purity silver, and I've got ingot for some reason, but I don't have amethyst ore. Well, now I would normally go here and I'd combine or dismantle, but now you also have convert, and you have this Glorious general material that is new that they've introduced. My assumption is that in order to get this, you're probably going to have to pay for it. I think that the packs are just going to have a bunch of the Glorious general material instead of each individual one. It just makes more sense. It's easier to do it that way, and that ensures that people get exactly what it is that they need. Okay, huge fan of that. I enjoyed it when they did that with the Stormrage, Sunspear, and Frost sets with their specific chest, so I'm glad they're doing it now with Glorious. But okay, last but not least, let's take a look at our newest awakened commander, and that is, of course, Sansa Stark. So, Sansa got awakened, and basically she does a lot of what we've been expecting with the other free-to-play commanders, where she gives the bonus once you have unlocked them. So what she's going to give is a bunch of bow attack, but also a bunch of reduction to bow attack. I know that might be a little hard to see, but it is 4.5% as well. Right now it's just on stage 1, but basically you're going to have the same amount of bow attack increase, as how much you're going to get bow attack reduced. So you just extrapolate that out and you get those numbers. You also get some fortification durability, but no one really cares that much about that. So what's funny is that because these are mirrored of each other, it basically is a total wash on anyone that maxes out Sansa. So basically makes no change, but you just got to make sure that you actually have it. So her 4-star ability is another one that applies immediately when owned. It increases your max hospital capacity and your max shelter capacity. I don't know that is like that terribly exciting to me, but it's something, and it's not wasted in terms of if it was a combat ability. You're never going to have Sansa in your actual lineup, since all of her things are passive. So at least this is another passive, which I like, but definitely nothing too exciting. I think that both the other new awakenings that we've gotten recently, like Jean and Russell, where they give the total health, those are definitely both much better in my opinion. Just to explain what I'm talking about with the Russell one, where you get a total health buff for every 4-star male commander. Same thing for female commanders with Jean. I think those are much better than Sansa's new 4-star, but again, passive stats are passive stats. If you're a Bowcastle, all the more power to you. Alright folks, well that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a thing or two about all the different things that are changing here in Westeros. And until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr. I'll see you then.